Welcome back, everybody, to Coriander Society Yokai Blossom, our anime 5th edition adventure brought to you by Daisukami Publishing's anime 5th edition rule set. I'm tormented by gnomes. We're just getting back from the break. In the first half, our heroes met Jisha, who's local to this universe. When they arrived at the top of a mystical spire, they beat the crap out of Orvy's gilded goons, got fire breathed on them by a tree, and they're now making their way back down to the Botan village, where Jisha can ask them some questions like, who are these people? What universe are they from? What is going on here? And get the help of the wise Botan mystic. When our heroes make the long stretch, do they take the long way down?
We go whatever way we were told to go.
All right, Jisha, do you lead them down the long way?
Right back the way the Orvy's men came.
Okay.
I like the idea, considering how slow they are and how quick we are, that they start running and we start catching up to them and they start going faster, like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
A couple of times they're on a switchback or one of those little places where you have to inch along and they fall off, but you know, they're mooks, so they don't die. They just like, ah!
You know, like in a video game where like you kind of break the game, but like someone runs off, but you like took the speed stat for your character and you like chase after them and you shouldn't be able to see their models in the distance, but you like catch up to them and they just disappear.
They just, yeah. Well, you're not in a video game universe right now, or that might actually happen. All right, so you make your way down, and at the foot of the mountain of this, and it's a very narrow spire. It's not a huge mountain. It's a really tall, weird-shaped rock, probably a couple 100 feet tall, with a waterfall coming off of it. No idea where the water comes from. That doesn't make any sense. And the water falls down into the heart of a village that is protected by a tall wooden palisade with dark, stained wooden spikes around the edges and the occasional watchtower. And over the top proudly hang banners in 5 different colors, all showing the same flower. Anybody here who knows flowers or who has nature proficiency would recognize it as a peony flower. Peony? Peony? How do you pronounce that? You know what I'm talking about? Peony, thank you. A peony flower, which they do come in 5 different colors. The banners stream from the walls. There are armed guards along the side, and the inside of the village, because you're all allowed in, they call out a halt who goes there. Jisha's there with strangers, so they open up the gate and allow you in. And the inside of the village, it's built up all these different bamboo structures and beautiful pagodas, and the water from the waterfall, mists rise up and sort of float down the streets and the canals. A lot of it is based around travel over the water. Ooh. There are peony flowers everywhere, just absolutely bustling in the flower beds along the sides. Yes, Matt.
These peony flowers, you said they come in 5 different colors. Are those 5 different colors present now, or is that just kind of we know that is?
Nope. You see them. You see all of them. There's purple, pink, red, white, and yellow.
John turns to Jisha. Question: does each one of these flowers represent each of the different worlds that those stones are connected to?
I don't think so. I can tell you what they are. What they do stand for, though.
Yes, that'd be excellent.
So, well, we have 5 main leaders, all from a different color in the Botan tribe. We've got the purple, which represents royalty. Pink represents spring, youth, and good health. The red represents authority, strength, joy, and happiness. White is purity, truth, humility, and mourning.
I wish it was humiliation. I wish you said that. That would have been amazing.
Humiliation.
Oops. And then yellow is sunshine, nature, and youth.
That is amazing. Mate, do you have those? Can you jot those in the chat for us?
Yeah, I'll drop those for you.
It's important, yeah. And these main, you said they were elders?
We have different kind of, areas of the tribe.
Okay.
For example, the farmers will wear yellow, and our spellbinders wear white, and our samurai wear red. The samurai that protect the village.
Those ones that we just kicked their butts out of.
They are not from here.
Not from here. Okay.
No, they are from the Oniyuri tribe.
Oh.
What color are they?
That's a great question.
It's a tiger lily is the flower.
Ah,
So a lot of oranges. Oranges was the
black.
speckled like black and dark red, but they also really like gold.
Okay.
Completely unrelated.
Yeah, the Oniyuri tribe are stingy. They're a stingy village that all they care about is money, fortune.
Pie.
Orvi is from that tribe as well.
Money,
Money.
wealth, pie.
And as you're walking through this village, you notice a great deal of infrastructure, but all of it is based on wind and water power. So there's a lot of water wheels, there's windmills at the top of the higher structures, there's some elevators and irrigation mills, the like. And overall, there are children playing in the streets. Some of them are fighting with sticks, somewhat overseen. But as your group passes through, you're getting a lot of weird looks and a lot of whispers. And all the folk here are wearing mostly simple clothes, robes, tunics, etc. in those 5 colors. And you're getting a lot of talk and chatter and rumor as you pass.
Gastone, I forget, your suits, can they change the way they look? That isn't just like a really nice suit? Wow, that's unfortunate.
I should write that down, though.
Oh, I'm not getting
I
Gastone's
didn't get
audio.
Plus 1 XP for DM.
Hey!
You know what? I think that's worth a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Well, hello there.
We were sitting
What
on
have
one
you
of
done?
these. Ooh, it's over 9,000!
What? 9,000?
That is literally the name of the act of God. The power level of an attack,
so cool.
object, location, character, or creature is off the charts. I know exactly how this is going to work.
That's so cool.
Okay, so you're getting a lot of weird looks as you're making your way through. Gastone has explained that unfortunately the suits he makes cannot change their appearance, so you are not blending in at all. You're dressed very weirdly. Jisha, where are you leading them?
I am leading them straight to our head mystic.
Shiori. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So at the heart of the village is the place where the pool or the waterfall arrives in a misty pool, and there's lots of koi fish swimming in the water. Lots and lots of koi fish, and they all seem to kind of have patterns that match the 5 colors of the Botan tribe. Yes, Matt.
There are currently 5 of us. There are. Well, is Ken still here?
Has Ken
is
returned?
back- Ken's back at the fishbowl. It's
Yeah,
okay.
just carrying around this
Okay.
fishbowl with Ken in it.
Okay, well, there's still 4.5 of us.
And
John is going
Edelvina.
to be using. Oh, right, Edelvina. Never mind. There is 5.5 of us. Okay, cool. This is perfect. There's 5 like humanoids. John is going to use prestidigitation in order to, since he has an understanding of these 5 different tribes, just to kind of help us blend in a little bit. He's going to create instead of like a shower of sparks, he's going to create this wafting kind of, like when you see like a particle effect where it'll have these like really nice flowers like just kind of flow away from us, but then disappear as it hits the ground in the 5 different colors. So it's kind of like, hey, we're meant to be here.
Okay,
right?
and
Right?
are all of you wearing all 5 colors, or does each of you
Yes.
get a different one?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, is Necra, is Jisha wearing a particular set of like colors that define which part of the tribe she belongs to, or no?
Ooh, that's a great question.
If you haven't decided yet,
believe-
your choice.
I was gonna say I don't think. I think I just wear pink or yellow. Ooh.
I don't think anybody's ever like forced you to pick.
Yeah, I don't. I've never been forced to wear a particular color.
What
Okay.
are you wearing at this moment?
Very plain clothes.
Mm-hmm. Like
Like-
undyed?
Yeah, like an undyed
Okay. Cotton.
robe.
fiber.
Cotton.
Yeah, it wouldn't be cotton. It'd be some sort of similar fiber like flax sewn, maybe
Yeah.
some silk. But yeah, it's like Jisha's the only one in the whole village who isn't wearing one of those 5 colors.
That is very interesting. Well, John is going to be forcing a color on her now. Considering she kind of the way that she carries herself and kind of going along with what you were saying earlier, outlining each of us are the flowers of the various colors. We have yellow, which kind of falls near or around Jisha. We have white that kind of surrounds Elvina. Red falls around Asena. Purple falls around Gastone, and then pink is flowing around John Carmichael.
All right. Respect. Does anybody have anything to say as you make your way with your 2 dead bodies towards the shrine
Purple
at the
mean, am I
heart
a
of the
farmer?
place? Go again?
So what does purple mean? Am I a farmer?
Royalty.
You're royalty.
Royalty. Well.
It's usually only the village leader that wears that color, but it's gonna be fine. I don't think at this point Jisha can see this either because she's leading the.
Not unless you
Turn.
specifically turn around. You can choose just say that your character doesn't notice it at all.
I think I don't notice.
Okay. And who's carrying the bodies? Is it just Asena with like yark, yark? One over
I'm
each
imagine
shoulder?
that
definitely
track.
carrying the bodies, yeah.
All right. You make your way towards one of the 5 structures built around the koi pond at the center of the village. Inside is an elderly woman, her eyes long since turned white. She wears white ceremonial robes. She wears a wreath, like a woven flower crown of white peony flowers. And she carries in her hands an incense censer, colored white, emitting white smoke. And she is waiting along with several acolytes dressed similarly, but obviously of less import, waiting for you, standing in the doorway of this fairly humble, beautifully built, but fairly humble little shrine / temple as the lot of you arrive. Jisha, who are
Clothes
these
she wearing?
guests?
Jisha will bow very respectfully and say, Shiori, I am sorry to bring in these guests uninvited, but there has been an incident on top of the mountain by the waterfall, and we need your help and we need your knowledge.
I should have known Orvi would stir up trouble like this. Well, come in. And as she beckons for you to pass, she waves the incense and its white, cloying smoke. It smells fresh, vaguely floral. Is anyone here proficient in religion?
I am half proficient in everything.
Okay, you can make a religion check if you want.
I would like to, yes. That'd be a natural 9.
It's not natural. It's a natural 2, you clown.
Well, it was almost a natural 20. It was, 0 away from being a natural 20.
It was like the exact opposite, which is almost there. So she's making sure to get some of the smoke on you. That's all you know as you enter.
Yes. White smoke. Very, very religious.
You're brought in and it smells good inside. Something is cooking.
John shuts off the once they enter a actual like lodging of some kind,
Mhm.
he turns off the
sparkles?
particle effect. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Particle effects deactivated.
Mhm, mhm.
And the lot of you are brought into a small chamber and offered a delicious meal. There's some fish stew. There's some rice. There's some tea. A bunch of fermented veggies. It all smells incredibly, incredibly wholesome. Some spices there you're not totally familiar with. Everything has this sort of floral sense to it, like, flowers literally drive everything around here.
Yeah.
Is everybody digging in? And it's just Shiori, the elderly mystic, with you. Matt.
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
What colors is the elderly mystic dressed in?
White.
Is it also that? Okay, so
All
also
white.
just like our other friend. Okay, very
Mhm.
good. Second, I know we're gonna sit down and enjoy a wonderful meal, but where are the dead bodies going?
Well, fun fact, this is where they bring the village's dead for purification.
Well, there we go.
So the acolytes are going to take those off your hands.
We still kind of need those. I mean, you can have them, but like, it shouldn't take more than a moment before we get going with dinner. Asena, would you mind doing your thing so that they can lay them to rest?
Out here.
I mean, nobody can understand what's happening but you.
The dead must have respect as soon as possible so their spirits can pass peacefully.
Which is exactly why it's a wonderful thing we didn't leave them up on that mountain, right?
Roll persuasion, John.
That's pretty convincing.
It would be a natural 21.
It's not natural. It was a natural 14 plus 7, you clown. The more I complain, the more this is becoming. I know. I know exactly how this goes. Okay. She'll give you a moment, but the acolytes, they have like flowers petals to put on the dead, on their eyelids, and ointments and oils for washing them, all that stuff. They're like ready to go. Where are you doing this?
Wherever their entombing location.
Yeah,
is. They have to strip the armor from these guys first. That's gonna take a while.
So you're doing it during that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Shiori? Yeah, Shiori's present with you unless otherwise specified.
Okay.
All right, everyone's just gathered in this room. They've got these, tables. There's no other dead in the village right now. No one else needs to be processed. They seem to be fairly prosperous and happy. So it's just these two. The acolytes dutifully strip their armor, set it aside.
Yeah, John's gonna set up like a very. I mean, if he can, he'll use his actual knowledge of such things to set up kind of like a. I guess you would say like resting ritual, where he's gonna, light some incense. He's gonna set the mood with his magics and just kind of make sure that everyone, takes their seats, I guess, and is kind of preparing, making this look as official as possible for Asena, who's just gonna, don her crown and then start talking to dead people.
All right.
This is like kind of half respectful funeral rites, half seance is what John's going for here.
Okay. Asena, do you go for it?
Oh, yeah.
Asena reaches casually into her pack and pulls out the freaking Lich King's helmet. It's got bone spikes on it. You can hear the as she sets this evil-looking crown on her head.
As soon as she sets it on the head, John uses his magic to make this weird, like, whoosh, like goes out, and her hair kind of flies up a bit, and it's almost like this big, loud, heavy thing just crashed down onto her head. Doesn't affect her at all, but it looks like the weight of the world is now on her shoulders as it just dust kicks up in the room.
Can you put some like flowers on it?
And some Keone flowers pop up and bloom. We're gonna go with, they're gonna be white Keone flowers.
Okay. Shiori stares.
So, anything you guys want to know about the enemies?
Well, I don't necessarily trust that Orvi was telling me the truth about why he was there in the first place. So,
Okay.
yeah, let's find out why they were there.
Cool. We'll see if they'll talk to me. Hello, dead people. Are you there?
There is no response. You
don't
see
think they can
glowing
talk.
white light emanating from Shiori's eyes.
Is she mad at me?
Dude, is Shiori dead?
No. No. But the magic of the crown is blocked.
Oh.
I don't know how they treat the fallen where you come from, wayfarers. But here, we leave the spirits of the dead with respect. John, roll an Arcana check.
Roll an Arcana check. I got a 4 for a
Okay.
total of 13.
Shiori has some mojo.
Over 9,000 mojo.
Not over 9,000. She didn't get the over 9,000.
Okay.
But her power is over spirits and the dead. And it's strong.
Okay.
She is not like at the moment she saw, and she has the sight.
Okay.
So your
What is that?
illusions
What is
are
the
not
sight?
fooling her.
Oh,
And
my fake flowers.
she's preventing the power of the crown from working in her presence on her holy grounds.
No, wait, hold on a second. This is
Mhm.
not minor illusion. This is prestidigitation. These are actual sensory things.
They're actual sensory illusions.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
Fair. That's fair. But the point stands is that she's still preventing the spirits of these dead, the echoes of these dead, from being invoked in her temple.
All right. I'm gonna take my crown off.
Okay.
Well, since I was the one who, I feel like I need to help. So what, I can
She
help.
feels guilty
take
because she
these-
murdered them, is what we're getting at here.
What he said.
The acolytes gasp.
They tried to murder us. Okay, this was a self-defense
Whoa,
murder.
Whoa, hold on. Everybody calm down.
I'm pretty
Oh,
calm.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You guys be quiet for a second. Jeez. We'll get there. Shiori, forgive me. We come here because I was following Orvi up on top of the mountain. And he had a group with him dressed the same way as the two that we have carried here, leading them towards the top where the 5 stones lie.
Sorry, Jisha. This tea a little bit scalding. You were saying?
That's okay, as long as you are okay.
Yep.
But yes.
Froze up for a moment there. That happens in your old age.
It's a lot though. But yes, we were at the top of the mountain. The stones started to glow, and then all of a sudden, these markings appeared on the ground, and then these strangers appeared out of thin air. The world changed. We could see planets, and the trees and the plants were not. They didn't feel right. They didn't feel right. I'll get to the. I'll get to that in a bit. But I'm not really sure what's going on. How did they get here? I still don't really know who you guys are.
Why
No
don't
offense.
we start there then? And she turns to the strangers among us.
Oh, you mean us?
Yes.
Well, first of all, and John turns to the rest of his compatriots, have we confirmed these are indeed not the bad guys, right?
I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
Gastone's way of figuring it out was kind of strange.
Well, yeah, well, you know,
You tried to hold hands with them and go for walks. You don't get to talk to me about Strange.
I was impressed that Asena didn't hop on the shoot first, ask questions later bandwagon. That was most
I was
impressive.
shocked.
Does that count for anything given the circumstance I'm currently in?
Well, I guess it depends on how you view it, but I'm proud of you regardless.
Thanks.
Can we get
She was
to the part
only
where
one who
you
killed 2 people.
explain who you people are?
Yes, certainly. We are world-traveling portal hoppers, multiversal planeswalkers. We go from point A to point B. Point A happens to be where we come from. Point B happens to be where you or anybody else could be at any given time. Why is that important to you? Well, I'm here to explain that. We are here to cross 7 mountains to the place where the bloom consumes the steel. There, a single dewdrop will fall from a thunderstorm. We are to bring that back, and the person who we somehow wronged is going to forgive us, and that dewdrop will become their new daughter. This person is not quite a god, but they've got some powers over
quite a
storms and
person.
whatnot. Yeah.
I didn't think you were just gonna straight up tell her, but okay.
Well, I figure this place seems pretty forthright, and if they're bad guys, then we just did that thing where we told the bad guys what's going on. They'll try and trick us and manipulate us, and eventually try and stop us in some really. Look, I've seen this anime before. I know what's going to happen one way or the other. We're either going to team up with these people, or they're going to betray us halfway through the second act, in which case we'll find the actual people that are supposed to assist us.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. We've dealt with
What's
worse.
an anime?
I don't
What
know.
is an anime?
Well, it technically stands for Japanese animation, is what it really goes for. But a lot of people kind of take it under umbrella of just really cool looking, like cartoons, graphical material, animation. Anyways, it takes on a particular style. Not incredibly important here, although this aesthetic matches quite nicely. Regardless, I like Jisha. I think we can trust him. She didn't send us to the woods, so that's honestly really, really good points in their corner.
Is that also
We
from
did
the
save
anime?
her.
Considering how she knocked out 3 of those goons with one single tattoo punch, I don't think they needed much saving, but we were absolutely there to
We
provide support.
sped up her saving.
Exactly.
Jisha.
Shiori, I'm going to need you to get on board with this real quick, because we move fast and we move hard, and we are all about making sure that we stay within the lines of what you need to have done within this particular region. But we got stuffs to do, is the thing.
Cross lines here or there.
Patience. What is the name of your world?
Like the one we just came from, or where?
Yes.
Yord.
Word? Yeah.
That's it.
Yord.
Y'all don't even know your own world? My goodness.
Still trying to figure out what anime is.
Then
We likely refer to it as Northport, because that's kind of the place we mostly frequent while we're there.
you followed the dragon's path backwards.
Is that what we did?
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of what we do always when Asena's around.
Jisha,
Hmm.
when I was a young child, there was a stranger who came to Botan village. Trained with us, studied with us, meditated by the pond, tried to mimic your own Ken and his kin, the Koi Guardian Blossom Spirits, marked himself with their image. The reason Botan Village is built here is because the bravest of our Blossom Spirits, the Koi Guardians, if they pass every trial, if they truly prove themselves worthy and brave, and give everything in the defense of this world, they can take the challenge of the waterfall. And if they swim up to its height, they emerge on the other side a dragon, which is the bravest and strongest of all the Blossom Spirits. This man who came to us swam up the waterfall, and we never saw him again.
I'm sorry.
So
What man?
he became a dragon spirit blossom.
What are the chances these dragons can affect the weather?
Yes,
Ah,
that lies within their power.
Okay.
You
Yep.
met that guy.
Uh-huh.
Was it he who sent you?
Yes, because we accidentally had. Well, no,
Not accidentally.
It was
Yeah,
not
no.
accidental. Sorry, you're right. We didn't mean to start a blood feud, but you know,
His daughter, his adopted daughter, became an undead abomination that was
Yes.
hell-bent on destroying the city, and unfortunately, we had to deal with it. And
We killed his daughter.
Yep.
she was dead before we got there.
True. Very dead. Undead, in fact.
Exactly.
We just returned them to their proper state, and now honor dictates that we bring this apparently risen dragon a new adopted daughter.
And I
Child?
didn't even try to talk to her after she died.
Did you
You
have
vaporized
the
her?
Did you have the crown yet?
I don't think so.
No, I swear she was one of the ones who got vaporized too.
She straight up got vaporized.
Shiori
Ooh, I don't-
glances over at Jisha as they continue to sidebar.
Jisha looks right back over and just kind of, shrugs her shoulder. And
I'm sorry,
shakes her
we
head.
go through a lot, so we kind of this tends to happen. We a lot happens, and we process it in the moment, but also later on when we reflect. Normally in these animes I speak of, they do these big old flashback scenes. We can't really do that in real life. Well, anyway, this is kind of our flashback scene, is when we kind of sit down and just rehash what had happened previously. Apologies. Please do go on.
Okay. You killed his daughter,
Undead abomination, but yeah.
She deserved it.
and
Yeah.
he charged you with crossing 7 mountains to the place where the bloom overcomes the steel.
Yep.
Yep.
How did you remember that?
Because I know where that place is.
Really?
Yes.
This could be shorter. This could be a shorter adventure than I thought.
Is it in the woods?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
Are you going to take us there?
No.
Oh.
Are you gonna get her points to Jisha to take us there?
Shiori looks at you and sighs. Jisha.
Huh?
I'm afraid so.
Oh.
Huh.
Jisha, when the steel held sway over the world, we were not alone. The Waygates gave us access to the other worlds, our sister worlds, and all sorts of things passed back and forth. It was through one such Waygate that the bloom emerged to devour and defeat the steel. That is how your ancestors first reached this place from the wood.
Oh.
If
Or
the-
you're from the wood. Oh.
Ooh. I will explain that later.
It's a lot of later with you.
By the way, I know that we weren't there when you described this, but I know that before we arrived, you had described, Necra, that the face that you wear, Jisha's face, is actually more like a simulacrum of what a human face should look like. Now that we've been around Jisha for so long, is John able to notice that? He's got a pretty darn good
Insight, please. I would also allow our resident gadgeteer Gumshoe to make an insight check.
You will happily oblige.
Unfortunately, not the socially oblivious Asena.
That would be
Wow.
a natural 25.
All right, so the face is a real. Well, you appear to be human, right?
Hmm?
When you say mask-like, do you mean that it's non-expressive, like micro-expressions that would normally give away a person's emotions just flat out aren't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that would be pretty recognizable.
Yeah, that's what you got.
Oh, wow. John is not quite as... He's not turned off by this in terms of, like, friendliness, but that is striking. John picks up on that real quick and has been, at least body language-wise, keeping himself between Jisha and the rest of his companions.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing threatening, but he wants to keep himself between our newly made compatriot and his longtime companions. So these woods that you're from, these drastically terrifying and powerful woods that people can get lost in and that you don't want to go have picnics in, that's your home, or at least where you
Botan
come
Village is Jisha's home.
Okay. Again, no offense. I'm trying to get information, ascertain things. You're a very pretentious elder. You know that?
You're in my home. You know
Granted.
nothing of this place. You know nothing of our customs.
Yes, absolutely, you are correct. And I appreciate you not only taking us in, but very backhandedly educating us. That is very kind of you.
I'm treating you with caution. The way gates have not been opened since before my time.
And no offense, but not our faults. You know, we just
And
kind
yet,
of
it doesn't
showed
mean
up
that I
here.
can trust you.
And that's exactly where I'm coming from. We're merely ascertaining information. Remember, we still think you could be the bad guys. Nothing has really shown us otherwise. We were escorted here. We have not been allowed to use our powers, with which to do things that we normally do, under the guise of it being the way that you do things around here, which is understandable. We're merely trying to make sure that we can educate ourselves so that way going forward, we either don't make mistakes, or if we do make mistakes, we at least know what we're getting ourselves into.
I will tell you this much. This one, she points over at Gastone, reeks of steel. And this one, she points over at Asena, is of the bloom.
Gastone's
That-
gonna start sniffing his armpit
Actually.
Just your cologne. Seems fine.
a little bit.
Yeah, that actually tracks.
that sounds like a good thing. Look, we're in balance.
Yes, and
We're
you are from
perfectly-
True.
nowhere.
High five. Pause. There we go.
We made it happen.
Yeah.
All right. And you are from nowhere and everywhere at once, she says at John.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wow, you put it in words.
All right.
I don't know if this helps, but they did mention things like shows, television.
The work of the steel, long since past.
I knew you were
Woods
going
that
to
are
say
very
that.
different.
I don't think you're from any of our worlds. Wherever the stranger left us, it was not to any of our worlds. And those waygates have been left closed for a reason. Look, if you are here to travel to the heart of the bloom and retrieve a dewdrop, that means that a storm is brewing over there. And you will not be the only ones seeking it.
Oh, that reminds me.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me. Before I sent Orvi away, Orvi mentioned that the Oniyuri are looking to reopen the waygates. They want pies.
Pies? You have pies? No, wait, you don't have pies.
No,
which is
we
why they
do
want to
have
open it.
pies, and they take hours to make because it's a gesture of love. Or if he wants everything fast and convenient and in great excess. All right, that means that the Oniyuri will be on the lookout as well. They must have noticed the waygates were open if they've been studying them. At that exact moment, you hear the rumble of thunder. Go ahead, John.
Oh, no, John's just going to make a stupid comment. That's all.
All the more reason to say it.
This is not one of those animes in which there is a good and bad guy. This is merely two sides of the same coin, those that want the future and those that cling to the past. So there are no bad guys in this. They're just misunderstandings. We're going to be fine, everybody. Just as long as we don't choose a side.
I
I'm
did say
pretty
that when we first
sure-
got. I did say that when we first got here.
I'm pretty sure I'm a good guy.
That all
killed-
remains to be seen.
You
Look,
killed
as
two people.
long as Asena doesn't join up with the people of Botan, and as long as Gastone doesn't join up with the Oniyuri, we should be fine.
That could be a play, though.
That could be.
Oh my
an
god,
amazing
we
play.
infiltrate them?
Please tell me this conversation is not happening out loud in
Oh, it's
front of
absolutely
Shiori.
happening out loud.
Yeah,
Okay, it is happening out loud.
Oh, yeah.
This is exactly why the waygates are closed.
To be fair, we didn't open your waygates.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm pretty sure I could
Ah.
travel without a waygate anyway.
That's
so.
also probably true.
I can see that. She stares directly at Asena.
At the risk of being a little too self-aware, I think the general trend and the way things usually go with us is I think if you just work with us, the sooner we'll be out of your hair.
When you find the dewdrop, what are you going to do?
Leave. On the spot if possible.
I would like to know if giving the dewdrop to Mr. Lowe is a bad thing to do.
Yeah,
that is
that's
actually a
part
good
of the
point.
information gathering. You said he was a stranger. What is the deal with this dragon Lowe?
Dragon Lowe.
Mr. Lowe the dragon?
He's a dragon.
He didn't come from one of our worlds.
That's all you know?
He arrived, he studied across the villages of the entire world. He studied with the Sayuri clan, learned their ways of the Shadowed Blade, of vengeance. He studied with us to learn the ways of bravery. He may have spent some time with the Kurayuri as well.
So he learned how to be brave with you, but you didn't find out anything about him?
Mm-mm.
God, you're bad at this. Okay. Well,
So why doesn't everybody go up the water fountain and
It's
Become
most
a dragon?
Waterfall.
one that's only supposed to work for spirits, and two, most people can't swim up a waterfall.
Mm.
unless you train with the
Doesn't seem that
5
hard.
flowers of this place.
Not even most mortal warriors can do that. There's a reason the Koi Guardians are the ones who undergo that training. No mortal thinks they're going to run up the waterfall and turn into a dragon.
That is fair.
That's fair.
Well,
Wait. but
I've
then
got something to tell you, unfortunately.
Can she do it then?
Who are you pointing at?
Asena. She's kind of not immortal. We're a little unsure about that.
Yes.
Also, can't you walk on water now, Asena?
Oh yeah, and
Yes.
walls. I discovered it a very interesting way.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I've been able to do that for a while. The walls one.
wait, that's like me.
Oh,
Do you want to
Really?
be a dragon?
No, I don't
Are you
want to
sure?
be a dragon, but I can walk and run on water, and I can climb on walls.
hey.
I mean, it sounds like you got the prerequisites for dragonhood. If you really wanted to, you could probably just run straight up that thing.
Yeah, maybe
Wait, are you a
Jisha should
dragon?
get the dewdrop.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she said me and then DC'd.
Wait, what?
We lost her on the feed. It was like she
Oh,
literally
but-
said, wait, me? And
Oh.
then it just died for no adequately explained
Oh.
reason. That was comedically timed.
That was good.
Wow.
That was good.
That's weird.
All right,
Yeah.
give me a
That's
sec.
weird.
And you're back magically. All right.
Yay! Oh man, that was some
I've
weird
been
tea,
here the
Asena.
whole
Jeez.
time. I'm gonna look around and say, not really. Like there's some rumors, but nothing confirmed.
Oh,
Jisha.
Hmm?
There's one last thing I'd like to see before we make a decision. I have counsel in mind, and I think it might be best if you escort these wayfarers to ensure that no harm comes to our world, and that they are successful, and that they leave peacefully, and that they respect the bloom while they are here. But something troubles me. At first, I would see this through. Your soul, and she points at Asena, burns with something I have never seen before, like the light of 9001 candles.
Hey.
I would see you take this trial.
Oh.
I have to do a trial.
Well, if it's what you describe, then you and Jisha can just run up the waterfall together and it shouldn't be a problem,
Oh, it's
right?
that trial. As long as it's not academic, she'll probably nail it.
Wow. I'm smart.
Oh, totally. It's, you don't test them all. That's all.
what
What kind of trial?
Shiori, are you sure?
Yes. It will Give us the truth of her nature. See if she and her companions can be trusted. Because of the three of them, she's the bravest. Though none of you are cowards.
Just
You're
to
a
set
really
the record
pretentious old
straight.
person, I gotta say.
Just to set the record straight, would it be a good thing or a bad thing if it was a dragon?
It would be telling.
Well, I'd be telling you, she's a freaking dragon.
Then prove it.
First of all, burden of proof is, on you to disprove it. Second of all, sure, throw your whatever you throw at Asena. She's gonna abscond over it, punch through it, run up it, whatever. She's got it.
Is this related? The trees that blew fire in our general direction when we were in the not normal world?
Yes, dragon trees.
Oh, I didn't know those were a thing, I don't think.
All things are possible through the bloom, especially where plants are concerned.
Yeah, what is the bloom, by the way? You keep referring to that. Can we get a
question.
definition as to what that refers to? I can kind of piece it together, but
Our world, the world of my ancestors, was dying. The oceans were filled with poison. The air itself was a smothering blanket that was choking the life. The oceans were rising and poisoned. The fish could no longer dwell within them. The cities and works of mortals were failing. The world itself was rejecting us before the bloom came. It drained the poison from the air itself and wove it into new life, into new plants. As it spread across our world and the blossom spirits that guided its growth, it restored the air, lowered the sea, and made life possible again.
that's dope.
Bloom is everywhere. It is all around us. Each of our villages is dedicated to a different blossom spirit. We try to live our lives according to their virtues, out of gratitude for saving us from the world that our ancestors destroyed, the world of the steel, which some would see revived for their own convenience.
This bloom, does it have an orator of some kind, something that speaks for it, or did it just do its magic and now it is respected for doing what it did?
The blossom spirits are the closest that we have to an envoy, though they are not one single voice, but it originated from the woods.
From the woods. Okay.
Yes.
We have this saying where I come from. Well, it's less a saying and more so kind of a way of doing things. Generally, if you have an activity or a thing that you enjoy and you do it to excess, that's bad. But if you try to abstain from it entirely, generally that's bad as well, because you're very likely to either go back to it tenfold, much like this Orvie person. All you can think about is going back to it from abstaining from it so much. Or you find something else, something even worse, in order to get you that same kick that you had gotten. Balance, however, is a good thing. Giving yourself a little bit of what you had in order to make sure that you can contain it and keep it. What I'm trying to get at here is maybe the answer isn't eliminating steel entirely and devoting yourself to bloom. Maybe the bloom came, gave you a second chance, and there is supposed to be a combination of both steel and bloom coming together in order to make the world a better place.
No.
I'm not saying this to,
No.
to destabilize everything you've ever done. Just think on it. 'Cause
I've been here for 65 years. You've been here for an hour. You are a very pretentious wayfarer. You know that?
I am. And you know what? You've been to what? I mean, kind of one world, maybe at most 5. I'm sorry, that thing's been closed forever. Yeah, you've been to one world.
Perhaps spend some time in this one and understand it before you seek to provide advice to those who live within it.
John turns to his companions. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go. You want to get this trial over with so we can go find those mountains?
Sure.
All right.
I think they don't like you very much.
I think that they're stuck in the second act, and that when shit goes haywire in a bit, once we do whatever we do, they're going to be very, very glad that we showed up.
I think you've been here for an hour and nobody knows anything for certain about anybody.
That
Especially us.
is very true.
Yeah, now that you mention it, we normally go places where you have friends, John.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
also-
Maybe we're not so good at making new friends.
At least not quickly.
All I know is that wherever we go, something horrible is usually happening. And
Very
by
true.
golly, I would be incredibly surprised if something horrible wasn't happening here.
Sure, but I mean,
there's
like,
something
I don't know if we
horrible
should
right
go. Yeah, I don't know if that's what we should tell them right from the beginning. Hey, we're here, and horrible stuff happens when we show up.
Jory looks at Jisha as they say this.
Yeah, I don't think I like that one.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
He grows on you. I will take your trial.
All right.
And if I pass your trial, then we're all friends?
Then I will ask Jisha to escort you on your quest and to ensure its success.
Shiori, if you are sure, and it is your request, I shall escort them.
I think there's nothing more important to the safety of our village and of our world than that these wayfarers have good guidance.
I understand.
All right.
Chester nuzzles up to Jisha,
The cat.
the cat. Yeah.
How does Jisha respond? Just sort of like, oh, that's there.
Are there cats in like my world?
Yes, but they're usually very large. There are definitely blossom spirits. There are lion
Okay.
blossom spirits, for example. So domestic cats, extremely uncommon.
Okay, and it's purple.
It's purple. Actually,
Purple
more
and
probably
blue.
more common here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd probably look at it and go like, huh.
A pretty
wait,
big house cat, though.
Are you don't have a blossom spirit, do you? What is this thing?
Well, formerly, Chester was my familiar. However, I released him from his service, and he has very kindly decided to stick around and provide assistance and guidance where he sees fit.
Ah,
But yeah, he's a spirit of sorts. He's a celestial.
Jisha, make a... Let me figure this out real quick. You actually have a class feature that would apply here.
yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was literally just thinking that. I have a analyze monster.
Okay, roll an intelligence check for me with advantage, please.
Ooh.
A dirty 20. Okay, yeah, you have never seen a blossom spirit that looks quite like this. It doesn't quite fall in the normal categories, but it's a Chester. It's called a Chester. It's a celestial cat. It can vanish to its own dimension. It has a number of other abilities that it doesn't seem to be exercising at the moment. Not extremely powerful, but very, very clever. And you can communicate with Chester.
Oh,
I can.
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I would kind of look at it then, almost ignoring.
Mhm.
Yeah, just kind of maybe slightly ignoring what John is saying. And look down at the cat and go, "Huh, what's your name?"
I am Charlemagne, but I am called Chester.
Oh, and you're not a blossom spirit.
A distant relative.
Huh. Nice to meet you.
It is good to meet you, Jisha.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, Chester, Charlemagne, let me know.
Please be patient with my human. He meows and hisses very, very loudly, but he is good in a scrap or a fight.
I do agree with the first part. I will see if I agree with the latter.
His faith is well placed. I hope yours is as well.
Understood. Jisha looks back up. Looks
No
at
one
John.
else was party to any of this, by the way. They were just like looking at each other for a moment, and then Jisha looked back up.
Looks back up at John and
Nice.
goes, You have a very nice familiar.
Oh yeah, Chester's wonderful. Really great for the scritches. You know, somehow he always knows when you're at your lowest and when you need a little fluffy buddy.
They are good for that. Okay. Shiori, shall I lead them?
Yes, but first, the waterfall.
Yes. To the waterfall.
All right. A couple of folks gather around. You can see the koi swimming in the pond. And as some of them pop their heads out, and as they pop their heads out, they grow human-sized. And you can see them floating in their shimmering spirit armor just underneath the surface as they all watch. With all the 5 different colors with different little patches and the whiskers coming out. All of them monitoring as Shiori walks ahead with the incense burner, leading both Jisha and Asena towards the waterfall. Where will Gastone and John be for this?
Where can we watch?
All right, so you're just going to go ahead and stand by and watch?
Not sure there's much else to do
Okay.
unless I actively help her cheat, which I don't think I should do that.
I don't think she needs it,
That's probably true also.
but it's always nice to be there just in case.
Mm-hmm.
As they're walking away, John's like, "So wait a minute, no more food. We're not gonna." Oh, all right, cool. Yep, right to it.
There's plenty. Yep. One of the acolytes pops up with a to-go tray.
John
Oh.
happily accepts it. Thank you very much. I appreciate the hospitality.
And scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. All right. The two of you stand on a wooden bridge in the lake with a waterfall in front of you. The floor is yours. The waterfall is yours, depending on how you see things. It is 200 feet tall.
And you just want me to swim up it?
Is running acceptable?
Yes.
Oh.
Just no blinking. She looks over at Jisha.
Can you define blinking?
Your eyes are fine. It has nothing to do with your eyes.
I wish I thought of that.
I don't believe she was referring to literal blinking.
Your body must traverse the entirety of the waterfall.
So I can't teleport.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Do I have a time limit?
Until your body gives out.
Okay. So, if I don't make it up the waterfall, what happens?
You'll still go forth on your quest.
Jisha turns to Shiori and just asks, "Are you sure I should be going up the waterfall? You've never asked me to do this before."
Isha, you're very brave. You've always been brave ever since you made this village your home, since before then. And like her, you're not really of this world or of the woods. You're somewhat of both. And if the man who sent them can make the journey, then I think you're more than worthy. And if this journey is as taxing as I believe it's going to be, you're going to need it.
So, Jisha will bow her head and then get ready to go up the waterfall because she's at this point convinced that it's the right thing to do and that she can do it. And so she will transform into her Blink Beast form.
All right.
Ooh.
Jisha's transformation, her body, she grows a little bit in stature. Her body is now part, it's this weird synthetic, it's not synthetic, it's a hybrid of flesh and wood. Her face completely obscured by a wooden mask. Can you describe the coloration and everything else of your character?
So my mask is a white peony petal. It's in the shape of a peony petal, and that's what my face looks like. And then the bark is kind of like the electric blue color that matches my eye color. Or not electric blue. My eyes are electric blue. My bark is more of like a royal and light blue sort of mixed together in the veins.
That's so cool.
And without hesitation, I'll start running up the waterfall.
All right. Jisha in her true form runs just across the pond and starts running straight up the waterfall. Asena,
Like hands and legs, like just
on all fours?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Asena, what do you do?
Wait, okay. Between bites, John's gonna shout out, "Remember, you're the bravest. This is the town of Bravery."
I'll shout, "Wait for me!" and then start running up the waterfall.
All right. Asena, how far can you run on water before you have to stop?
Let's see.
Your move speed is 45. If you move, dash, and use your bonus action and a focus point to dash. No, you're a rogue. You can just do that. You don't have to spend the focus point. Your maximum speed is 135. The waterfall is 200 feet tall.
Yeah, I think that's as far as I can get
Mm-hmm.
before I have to swim.
Okay. And you're literally trying to swim up a waterfall right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll an athletics check.
Okay.
18. Would you like to use a point of inspiration on that?
Maybe?
You have one. There's a, for any 1-2 punch shenanigans inspiration in chat, and I think that would apply to you.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You also got the power of friendship. So, all right, go ahead and roll again and take the better of the two.
Ooh.
23. That's good because an 18 was not going to be enough to swim up a waterfall.
Oh my.
All right. So you move incredibly fast. I think you move faster than Jisha does. But Jisha just keeps going and doesn't stop on the waterfall straight up at a vertical while you run and then your feet start to give out in the surface of the water. You've got your arms behind you for counterbalance, doing the Naruto thing. But eventually you start to spin, you start to lose. And so you just dig in and you tear your way, defying gravity with an almost supernatural force. And at last, the two of you emerge on top of the mountain again. And as the two of you arrive, a silvery glowing light envelops both of you. Jisha, your mask is now radiating these streams of silver mist. Asena, your dragon fang amulet is drinking in this silver light that's building all around you, spreading out from your shoulders like wings. Down in the village below, people gasp as they look up and they see the silver dawn atop the stone spire. And we'll find out what that is next time on Coriander Society Adventures. Thank you so much to Daisukami Publishing Company for sponsoring this episode. Be sure to check out the Anime 5e rule set. Thank you, Necra. It's fantastic to have you here. And we will see all of you next week with more Yokai Blossom.